Wise leaders take action. Many young adults see the world's problems and they want to create change, but they feel powerless to do so. I wanted to show students that they, in fact, have power and coach them on how to use it. Now, when we think of entrepreneurs, we think of people starting their own business. In our university, however, we took that definition and blew it up. We define entrepreneurship as spotting opportunities for change and then acting to capture those opportunities. To that end, we have baked the UN SDGs into our entrepreneurial leadership program. Yes, entrepreneurship could mean starting your own business. It could also mean founding a nonprofit or developing a new hiring process for your employer. This course, Entrepreneurial Action, is a fourth-year undergraduate course in our business program that I have created. Students will define their project for action. This could be starting their own business, or it could be founding a new nonprofit or anything else the student can imagine. It is entirely student-driven. I have created OER resources to help instructors coach their students to develop an action plan, goal setting, and so on. Then, under the teacher's mentorship, students spend the semester implementing their strategies. I will show two quick examples of the resources I have built over the next few minutes. I created this resource under an open Creative Commons license. It is my plan to make the entire course available on OER repositories, including assignments, grading rubrics, and web resources. Moreover, instructors will encourage students to upload their final projects to community OER databases. After I've trial run this course, I want to take the resources I've created and combine them into an OER Entrepreneurial Action guidebook. Now, to emphasize UNSG SDGs, I created this resource to encourage students to think broadly about what entrepreneurship means. It could mean doing anything in these SDGs, something related to truth and reconciliation, or other. Through this process, I hope to help students see that business can be a tool to achieve more than just profit maximization. This course is unique on several fronts, but I'm going to talk about one: the extreme adoption of UDL principles. The goal of UDL is to create expert learners who take ownership of their education. To that end, students will develop the rubric instructors will use to grade their final projects. Now, why would any sane teacher let students define the grading criteria for their final projects? Well, the goal of this course is to give students the experience needed to achieve their dreams. The role of the instructor is not to judge whether students achieved their aspirations. Instead, students define their own goals and the instructor helps them achieve them. Now, to facilitate this, I've also created some H5P resources to help students develop their grading rubrics. There are visioning steps to reflect on what they want to gain from the project. They can translate those visions into themes and grading criteria. The resource then asks them to reflect on achievements of which they would feel proud, and then they can then translate those into specific assessment levels. This guidebook provides samples and other interactive resources that students can use to then construct the grading rubric that they will submit to the instructor. And that is a great segue to the risks. What could go wrong? All my teacher instincts tell me that letting students set their own grading criteria is crazy. People will fluff their way through this course, right? Well, I've set assignments so that I must approve the grading rubrics. I trust my grading criteria will incentivize students to take this seriously, but the risk remains. But what of the opportunities? Well, I don't know if you've been watching the news lately, but it seems to me we face some of the biggest challenges humanity has ever encountered. We need to empower generations of people to address them. This course gives students and teachers resources that will empower them to solve these problems. Business disciplines are a powerful tool to marshal human activity. When we direct those skills to noble ends, we can solve the most pernicious problems. The OER resources developed for this course will empower people to improve their lives and their communities.